Today we're going to draw this Lego snowflake, a 4-quadrant one, in Procreate with our symmetry tool. This is just a rough sketch, but we're going to color ours in together. So let's get started. First, I'm going to new canvas, square. Makes that easier when we're doing 4 quadrants. Next, I'm just going to bring up my reference photo just so I stay on point. My little sketcher. It's not even colored in, but that's okay. We're gonna color ours in together. So let's set up our canvas. Wrench icon, drawing guide, toggle that on, edit drawing guide. We wanna scoot over to the symmetry options. Right here, we will use the quadrant one. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can change your coloring up here, the thickness and opacity of your guidelines as well. And then when you're ready, tap done. So let's begin drawing out the outer edges and then we'll fill in the middle. So best to first just do a sketch. I'm going to use the 6B pencil, or you can go straight into inking. And I think I'm just going to use the monoline brush for the end. So first I'm going to sketch it out, starting off by drawing our middle section. And just, if you hold your pencil down, you can get a perfectly straight line. So just make sure it meets together. And then it says assisted on our layer. That's why it repeats in every square or section. And up top here, up top here, I'm gonna have those Lego boxes. So that's why I want a little bit of space. Hold your pencil down to make sure you get that perfect straight line and you meet it up in the middle. Make sure it doesn't like curve in or curve out. Get it as straight as you can. Beautiful. And then one more down the middle. And you want it a little bit thicker. And I forgot, let's meet up these lines here too. Excellent, so this will be colored in. These will be colored in with empty spaces. And on top here, we'll add in the Lego details. So you can make perfect rectangles by holding down your pencil each time. And then you can color them in. But if you used the monoline brush, then you can just color drop. You can also color drop if you're using the sketch pencil, but you just get a funny outline and less of the texture. I prefer the texture, so that's why I'll be just coloring it in quickly. So there you go, and it will repeat around. So let's just keep going. Add in all your rectangles, color them in. They don't have to be perfectly equal. And I'm using a brown. You can choose whatever color to use once we started, but it'll be easy to recolor it. All we have to do is just tap on the layer, off a lock, and recolor it with whatever color. So say I want an orange kind of yellow. I can fill layer, it'll recolor it, whilst keeping the texture. So that's why we'll just make sure that everything we draw are on separate layers. So right now, turn off a lock. We have the grid on layer 1. We can rename that grid. Okay, let's keep drawing out our grid. This looks like it has a little bit too much space in between. So I'm just gonna add a little. There you go. Excellent, okay. Mosey on around. The same idea here, if I draw two separate ones, they're just a little bit too small and there's still an awkward spacing between. So I'll draw half a square or rectangle and meet it into the middle. And it works out great. Oops, not the eraser. And we got our nice grid. I'm just gonna add a second line to thicken out. That almost looks like Lego pieces. And again, I'm not worried about the color. A fun option also would be every 2 nodes to divide it to have Lego-like pieces and use different colors. Also an option to think about. I'm just going to increase my brush size to color this a little quicker, cover more area space. And now, got color in the middle, both center pieces. Okay, once that's done, you can leave as is, but I added some extra detail by erasing to give that same rectangle detail. So I'll tap and hold my eraser button to make sure I select the same brush that I'm drawing with. And now, because our divider is in the middle, I don't have to draw an entire rectangle. I'm just gonna bring down my brush size to about 20. But just half rectangles. And erase. And this is a little bit of a tricky part. Hold down your pencil to make sure your rectangle is not going up or down, but straight. And then erase. And just keep going the whole way down. I'm spacing them out by just eyeballing it. Doesn't need to be perfect. Gives our snowflake, our design, more character. And it's not absolutely perfect. And then just do a little one, but I'll make sure this rectangle is going horizontally this way instead of vertically, because there's not too much space there. If you have more space there, then you can keep going horizontally, and these ones will continue vertically. If you make a mistake, because we are erasing, all you have to do, grab your pencil again and color it in. Your mistake disappears. It's like reverse erasing. I'm just gonna bring down my brush size to about 10. Just so it's a little bit easier to draw out these rectangles. A little bit too long, color that in, eraser, there we go. 2 or 3 could probably fit in here still. Okay, beautiful. So we have our grid. You might want to just spot check a few places if you need to color it in or erase some spots, but I think it looks great. Some texture, some evenness, just adds more character to our piece, or in this case to our snowflake. Okay, beautiful. So now that I have that done, our grid, new layer, and I'll rename it Lego. You can rename it Lego Man or just face, but this is where I'll start drawing the Lego face, or head, I guess I should say. And the body, I'll have it on a different layer, so then it's easier to color it in. But as you can see, here it says assisted, here it does not. So what we have to do is turn on drawing assist, so that way when we draw in this section, it reappears in the other 3. I will continue with my brown and just recolor it later. So what I'll do, you can draw your Lego head this way to have it facing like that, or on a diagonal. So I'm going to have it on a diagonal, but the preference is all up to you. Clear. So I'm going to keep my square as perfectly diagonal as I can so that it's equal from corner to corner, to centralize my head. So about here, I'm just gonna start sketching it in. Curved at the top, curved at the bottom. We need a curved, edged, square rectangular looking head for our Lego character. There we go, that's good. You can have it more curved or less curved. Okay, on the top, the little Lego detail. It's also curved. And then a neck. So the neck is actually quite wide. Make sure it's wider than the top. And then from there, we have the shoulder. So I'm gonna leave it at that for the head detail. Okay, new layer, turn on drawing assist again to make sure it draws in each section. And this is where I'll do the body. Lego body. So we want the shoulders to go past the head. So I'm just gonna draw a straight line. Make sure on both sides it goes past the head and just curve it down. And just right here, 2 little triangles to show where the arm and the torso stop and end. So here you can draw in more details of what kind of shirt you would like. And now I will just refine it a little bit by using my eraser, going back to the Lego head, erasing a little bit of the extra lines, or if you like, this is where you can ink it with your monoline brush, but I like that sketchy look to it, so I'm going to stick with my 6B pencil. Just clean it up a little bit. Okay. I like it. One more face. So one new layer. We want drawing assist turned on. We will rename it face. Beautiful. And this is where I'm just gonna 2 circle dots and the smiley face. Beautiful. I got my Lego person. So now I'm just gonna get rid of this, my reference. I'm gonna go back to the grid, alpha lock this grid, and pick a color that I would like to use. I'll go with like a blue. I'm gonna choose this kind of turquoisey blue. The layer is set to alpha lock. Now I can fill this layer while it is set to alpha lock, and it will just color in the grid. Next, I will go into my body. Trying to think what colored shirt I would like to give my Lego man. Let's go with red. Orange maybe. A reddy orange. So what I'll do, same idea. Body, tap on it, alpha lock, and fill layer. That will be the outline. The head, I think I'm gonna go with the classic yellow. So if I just hit fill layer before I hit alpha lock, it just covers the whole page. So just undo, alpha lock, fill layer. And now we can color it in with a little bit lighter so it has some edges. You know what? Orange doesn't work with the yellow head. I'm gonna go back in and make it maybe like a purple blue. Fill layer. I like it. So what I can do now is turn off alpha lock, or actually I can just leave that. New layer, make sure it's below my body, and I'm just gonna color it in with my 6B pencil, or you can even use the artist crayon. Make sure drawing assist is turned on. I'm gonna outline it. And color that in. Now I want my t-shirt to be a little bit of a lighter color than the outline itself. I forgot to change the color, so what I'll do is alpha lock that and choose a little bit of a lighter blue and fill layer. Now you have an outline of the t-shirt. And that's just a cartoony effect, it's just a preference. We can also choose a background color at the very end. Okay, where's my head? Lego head. I don't want to have it outlined, so I'm just gonna use the same color. I'll turn off alpha lock. Actually, I do want a lighter color so that we can see the details. So I'm gonna bring this color, new layer, below the Lego head. That way we can see the outline of the Lego head. I will choose the same yellow by color drop. On this layer, turn on drawing assist. And now that we have that color selected, I'll just scoot it over a little bit to the left to get a lighter yellow and color that in. And because the layer we are coloring on is below the Lego head, it's okay if you go over the edges a little bit because it's on a separate layer and it's below the outline. And since our face details are above our Lego head, it doesn't interfere with us coloring in. If for some reason you're coloring it in and slowly your eyes and mouth are disappearing, it just means that your face is in the wrong section in the order. So all you have to do is tap on that face and just bring it up, like so. Beautiful. Our Lego guy looks so much fun. I'm just gonna add one more layer, bring it to the very bottom, and add a background color. And I think I might go with maybe like a green, a light green. Fill layer. Oh, that doesn't work. I changed my mind. I might just go pink. I like that. So my Lego man, or my Lego person, has a pink background, bluey purple shirt. Beautiful. You might have chosen different colors and that will be perfect. When you're done with your Lego snowflake, just remember to turn off the drawing guide and the wrench icon so those extra lines disappear. Whoops. Because they're faint, but they're still there. And you can send this to a friend, text it, email it, whatever you like. And make sure if you post to social media, tag me, Kika's Clips, so I can share it and give you some encouragement as well. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.